Ira Epstein with your morning flash update for this Monday. And we are now on the 9th of May, 2022, just getting on to 8:30 a.m. Well, I'm waiting for the markets to open here, but you can see you've had a good bounce off the lows in the futures markets before the opening. The NASDAQ, well, that's up about 120 off the lows and 25 in the S&P. Gold market has been breaking, got down to the 1854 level. Part of this has to do with what the interest rates are doing. Now, you have rallied 20 points from the early morning break here of 117.08 in the 10-year note. The 10-year got to 320. So 322, that area is the most recent, and I'm not talking just now, I'm talking going back maybe 4 or 5 years, the most recent high. Then if you cross that, you got to go back into I think it's something like 2011 or something. You got to go way back to find it. Energy prices across the board lower. That's a good news. That affects all of us. Grains, I am not surprised to see the break in the corn and the beans. What have I been saying? The farmers are out in the fields. I was in Indiana yesterday. It sounds like it's far away from Chicago. It's a hop, skip, and a jump with the Chicago Skyway. You're there in 45 minutes, wherever nearby you're going. And the farmers out there, and it's corn area out there. And the farmers are certainly out in the fields. Looks to me like the corn is planted in many of the areas I was looking at. Soybeans are yet to come, but that's coming. We're going to be in the 80s this whole week in Chicago. So we've gone suddenly with no spring. There has been no spring. We have gone from the 40s, sometimes the high 30s. Suddenly, in no time at all, we're in the 80s in 1 week. And that's all week long. We might set records in the 90s. Dollar slightly higher, but the currency's getting their footing under them. The talk I'm reading is there going to be parity between the dollar and the euro? Well, I think a lot's going to depend on what Ms. Lagarde decides to do with the monetary policy. She had her hands full. The people that work for the European Central Bank, the workers there, came in and in a letter they've asked her for a cost of living increase, which she shot down. We'll see what that means one way or the other. But that brings up, to my mind, some of what we've got going on. I'll get to that in a second here. We get the Conference Board Employment Trends Index. That comes out at 9. Wholesale inventories and sales data comes out at 9. You can see bond yields, I said, surging. When I had written this at 5:30 this morning, we were at 318. We hit 320 as the high as I was looking at that. Now, what you've got coming up this week to keep in the back of your mind is the first talks with the labor unions from the different ports. And obviously, LA, San Diego, that whole area, those are ports very much included in this. Where's it going to go? Keep in the back of your mind, if they don't go well, the president can force the port workers to work because it's in the national interest. We'll see where that all is going to go. Vladimir Putin had his Labor Day holiday today. He did not do what analysts were expecting. They thought that he would double down on the war effort. They thought he'd mention a lot about Ukraine. He did not do any of that. He played it very careful. He did not invoke a draft. I think that would make the war very unpopular at home. Plus, his army's gotten beaten up on many fronts. That doesn't mean they're not destroying parts of Ukraine. They are certainly doing an effective job of that. But what was supposed to be a war of blitzkrieg, if you will, he hates the Nazis so much, so let's use that term, where they would go in and annihilate, maybe occupy all of Ukraine, that's long gone. So I think they're looking at that corridor, and we'll see where that's going to go with us. So you pay attention to all that. For those of you that trade spiders ETFs, this is your dream market. I mean, you're getting the action one way or the other that you dream about. The volatility is there, hitting Bollinger Bands, getting the different chart signals back and forth. So if you're an active trader in these, I think you owe it to yourself to take a look at the products that we have that gear themselves exactly for that type of trading. Each Saturday, I give you the long-term trades on the weekly charts during the day. I'm talking Monday through Friday. You get the daily charts, occasionally a weekly chart, and I do rotate. If you write me, I rotate what you want me to cover. So how do you find out more about this? It's just so simple. I just want you to take your cursor at this point, take it right here, move it up. to the top, you're going to see the icon appear. Just click it. It'll take you right to the section of our website to help you take a look at this. I'm Ira Epstein. You have yourself a good day. I'll see you all at the end of the day with our market wrap-ups. Good trading to you.